Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Abigail Paige Designs YouTube video. And guess what? I came home to nobody else in my house. Granted, I came home to a very messy house, but it's an empty house. So I am taking full advantage and filming my intro and my outro somewhere else. Woo! If you're wondering where I am currently, this is my lovely curtains, and yes, I closed them for the purpose of this intro because it is currently cloudy and rainy and gross. So I was like, you know what? The natural daylight's not doing me anything. I'm just gonna shut them and use it as a backdrop. Today I have something pretty special for myself, and that is I am doing all the things that I've been putting off and wanting to organize that is like mine personally. Because, you know, we all have those like New Year's goals, and I am just now getting to mine, and it's March. But you know what? Other people's organization needs come first in my eyes, so I just never got around to it, and eventually my stuff piled up so much that I was like, okay, no, you have to get this done, and that's what we're doing in this video. There were 4 to 5 key areas that are mine and mine solely that were really bothering me. So I just tackled all of them. I was like, you know what? We're gonna do it all in one. Let's just order all the supplies I need and let's get my life back in order. So the first one was actually upstairs in my bedroom, and that was my clutter corner, clutter spot, I don't know what you want to call it, my drop zone, just where at the end of the day when I was tired and would have something that I brought home with me from the day, I would toss it in the corner and wait until the weekend to get to it, just because I was tired and didn't want to get to it during the weekday. Is it a great way of thinking? No, but you know what? It's worked for me, and I'm always very diligent about making sure that I went through the clutter pile every single weekend, and it was always empty and fresh and new come Monday, and then by Friday it was full and yucky. So I was getting tired of looking at it every time I walked in my room, as I'm sure most people would. So I just did something as simple as ordering a bin to store it in, because you know what? If I'm gonna do it, then I might as well try to confine it in one spot. I don't know, but it really has worked, and I cannot recommend this enough to anybody. If you're still confused, don't worry, I'll get more in depth later on in the video. And the second area was actually my desk workspace that I have downstairs. Each of us 4 kids have our own like school workspace where we can just do whatever we want. Arts, crafts, work, school, anything. And as some of you may or may not know, I was a senior this year, and I only had one class, so I just pounded it out, got it over with, and so now I'm graduated, and I had no need to be storing all of my old school stuff still in the cabinet, and my desk had just became a mess. I mean, I was just so busy trying to wrap up that last class that my desk turned into just a drop zone. So I figured it was time to make it more of a work office space for myself where I can edit YouTube videos, write a blog post, work on social media stuff, gosh, anything, arts, crafts, I do everything down there. But I don't do school down there anymore, so I decided it was time to clean my desk. And yeah, that all combined was such a mess that I was able to put it all in one video. Well, I thought it was going to be one part, but by the time I started editing, I realized it's gonna be 2. So, whoops. So, without any further waiting, let's jump right in and let's get me organized.
world famous clutter basket. Oh, I was so excited when this came in the mail. I got my clutter basket off of Amazon. It came as a pack of 2, so I gave the other one to my sister for her clutter area, and yeah, it was perfect. I needed a pretty precise size to fit in my little corner, so that's why I went with such a specific bin. As with all organizing vlogs, I will leave any of the bins or anything shown in this video down below for you. Oh, yikes. The project I had been putting off for way too long. Now, this just may not look bad to you, but it was pretty bad for me. I'm normally pretty good about keeping my stuff tidy, and it was disgusting. There was crumbs all over my countertop area, and everything was a mess. I had a pile of papers that was literally useless. I ended up throwing away like 99% of them. So it was very relieving to finally be getting to this. I could not believe the amount of pencil eraser shavings that was all over the desk. I seriously was blown away. So everything got a thorough vacuuming. Drawers, cabinet, carpet, all of it. Then I took the time to go through all of the papers that had just piled up on my desk, and I found out that most of them were just useless drafts and scraps that I had been saving for absolutely no reason whatsoever. The only thing I think I found out of that pile that I ended up keeping was some old pictures of my friend and I. And all of my pencil pen holders were super disgusting. Looking back, kind of regret having white containers for just pencils and pens because these guys get stained so easily, and I couldn't stand it anymore. So I took a toothbrush and detailed every single one of them. I just took some dish soap and scrubbed away all of the ink and pencil lead and eraser shavings, and yeah, gave them a nice clean. And now it was time to put everything back. Now, I just separated everything. I separated my pencils and my pens and my gel pens and my Sharpies and my highlighters because I like to have it all separate. That way I know exactly what I'm grabbing from which container that it's in. And about a week later, Amazon delivered my trusty laptop stand that I've been dying to get because, as you may or may not know, it is very bad for your posture to be like hunched over a computer screen. So I really wanted to come up with a solution where I could look at my laptop without looking down. I wanted to just look straight forward and have it right in front of my face. I've been using it for about 3 weeks now, and I absolutely love it, and I'm definitely noticing a difference in the amount of back pain that I have. It's a lot less. The stand itself is super durable and super high quality, and I never feel like my laptop's gonna fall off of the stand, so that's a plus. I will leave it linked below for you guys, just in case you want to check it out yourself. The assembly was super straightforward other than the fact that I accidentally screwed it in upside down the first time. But after the second time, we were all good. I didn't even use the directions, so I guess that's what I get. Woohoo! Getting a laptop stand meant no more bin full of magic sand for me. Is it the most attractive thing in the world? No, but you know what? It is super practical, and I highly recommend it to all of you out there because nobody likes a sore neck and back. So the disastrous pile underneath my desk is all of my tools and DIY supplies, and I was so sick of having it in bags. Ugh, it just looked like an eyesore to me. So after brainstorming, I finally came up with a plan, and in order to proceed with this plan, I needed to take measurements. Of course, I had to wait for the item to deliver that I was going to be using, so you will not be seeing that till part 2. Make sure that you come back next week, and yeah, you'll get to see what I did. So I'm normally able to keep that drawer pretty organized, but I was just kind of getting sick of the way it looked, so I decided to change it up a bit. I didn't really do a whole lot. I just went through everything, made sure that everything that was in that drawer was absolutely necessary and used. If there's one thing that I've learned in all of my decluttering and organizing experiences, it's that you should only be keeping things in drawers and cabinets that you use, and anything you don't use should not be stored away. It should not be hiding. You should get rid of it. I know it's easier said than done to do this for some people, especially if there's emotional attachment, but honestly, I cannot describe to you the feeling of what it's like to get rid of things and have a clean space to work in. The amount of eraser shavings, man, it must have been a hot minute since I had vacuumed this place. And the last section I worked on in this vlog was my cabinet. Now, I still had all of my notebooks, all of my school stuff from my senior year, and there was no point to be keeping it in that cabinet anymore because I wasn't using it. So it was time to go through it and give what I needed to my mom and throw away the rest. Now, how eraser shavings got all the way in the cabinet, don't ask me. I have no idea myself. Going through all of my old notebooks and stuff to see which one I needed and which ones I didn't was like a walk down memory lane. It was just so cool to see all of the old work I did, and now it was time to just move on, and there was something so incredibly relaxing about the experience. It felt so nice to be starting fresh while at the same time getting to take one last look at all of those past memories. And don't worry, nothing was really thrown away. I just simply moved it out of that cabinet because I really wanted that space for only items that I was using in the moment. Now this was kind of a baby project of the actual project, and it was taking care of all of the old recipes that I printed over the years and stuffed in that cabinet. They didn't have a home, but they really needed a home because I was tired of thumbing through every single time I was looking for that one recipe, and instead I had to go through hundreds of them to find the one I was looking for. I didn't really do anything super special. I just simply categorized them. I think I did snacks, beverages, dinner stuff, and then breakfasts, I'm pretty sure. I guess we'll see in a minute. But it was super straightforward process. I just took some of those file sleeves and I put each one in its own file sleeve, and then I put all of the file sleeves inside of a binder. This project was also the perfect excuse to get to use my pink adorable labeler that I love so much. And just like that, I had a binder with organized recipes that I could grab whenever I wanted. Now, I had already blew quite a bit of money on this area, so I decided that I wasn't going to get anything for the cabinet, which meant that I still wanted something to confine all of the loose books in. So I just did my handy little trick and took a box, cut off the flaps, and ta-da, was an instant quote-unquote bin. This isn't a permanent solution, it's only temporary, but you gotta be smart with your money, you know?
Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me as I worked on getting my life back in order. If you find yourself in kind of a slump and you can't focus, you can't get anything done, you have no motivation, then I highly recommend taking the time for yourself and organizing all the spots that are bothering you or bringing you down. You cannot be there for others, you can not perform well for others if you do not make sure to take care of yourself first. And that is why I find it so important that you make sure you take care of you. Please leave a like if you think that there is a need for everybody to have a clutter basket in the world. And let me know below where your little clutter zone is. Everybody has one, so do not lie to me and say you don't. Now, everybody's place that they do it in is very different. My dad's is right in the kitchen. I don't know why, but it's right in the kitchen. Sorry, Dad, I love you. But it's true. Everybody has that one spot, and I'm just super curious to know where it is. I don't want to make fun of you. I think it's just so incredibly interesting that each of us humans has that one spot that we just call ours. And we do it subconsciously most of the time, so that's even more interesting to me. And last but not least, subscribe if you are new and you love all things organizing, cleaning, decorating, and gardening. Let's make our homes beautiful together, inside and out. I will see y'all in my next video. Have a great rest of your day. Bye!